Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of It All Goes Back to Sonic. I am MegaFire, and with me are my faithful boys, Harvek, Dorko for you, and Bob Hood. Harvek's on death's door.
These issues killed me.
You say that every single batch. You can't keep getting away with this.
These comics should stop killing him.
It's my gimmick now. Good lord, someone died. Are you all right?
That was a good chair.
These comics killed Bob's. They killed Bob's chair.
I got it from my chair to turn off my dehumidifier to reduce noise. I don't know if.
Oh, I see. Anyway, this episode we're going to be covering Sonic the Hedgehog number 83 through 87 and Sonic Super Special number 14. Basically wrapping up the Sonic Adventure arc. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed. I totally... Usually I can kind of get a read after reading it. I'm like, all right, I know the boys will have some negative opinions, and typically I've kind of been realigning myself with the majority, but I really thought this was a solid set. Barring the super special a bit. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I guess overall, I'm surprised. Any like opening thoughts?
I'll give the session some credit that there's some issues here that are pretty nice. Maybe not my favorites, but I'm like, I don't know. I'd say they're good.
My opening thoughts is that I have just run out of tissues.
Oh no!
That's a pretty good. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
It is perfect opportunity for random Sonic Adventure references.
Yes, we can finally make those references.
So true. Now, yeah, it's finally been canonized in the All Goes Back to Sonic lore, Sonic Adventure. Bob, I guess go ahead and take it away with 83.
Okay, so Knuckles finds Eggman knocked out while Chaos does a sneaky. To find the lost spy, playing Sonic uses a tracking device, but along the way he and Tails bumped into Knuckles and Eggman, both knocked out. They deduce that Chaos did that, and they find Big, who ended up also knocked out, and see that Chaos has already grabbed the Super Emerald from the planet and is turned into a Twister. Chaos goes to a power plant in Station Square, where some Super Emeralds were brought back to captivity. He grabs them and becomes Perfect Chaos and floods the city. The Freedom Fighters visiting the city help civilians get to safety while Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Big, and Froggy arrive on the scene. Eggman arrives on his egg carrier, but he gets blasted before he even gets to take the shot. And unlike the game, he doesn't even seem to realize that his partnership is already over until it's too late. Tikal arrives, gives Sonic a brief vision of a more peaceful Chaos in the past, and they have this conversation from the game about sealing up Chaos. Blah blah blah, he'll be trapped forever. What choice do we have? Sonic goes super and gives Chaos a swirl in order to weaken him, but the fight's not over yet. And that's it.
My very first thought on this issue was seeing this line from Knuckles where he is quite literally about to kill Eggman, and all I could think of was the karate chop from Shadow the Hedgehog. Goodbye, Doctor.
It's really just standing there thinking like, should I kill Eggman?
We've all been there.
Should I murder this unconscious person?
We've all been there.
Knuckles looks to the camera. I'm the hero and Jesus.
I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill this man. Big the Cat is here. It's nice. That's just a note that I had. We're still at it. The Super Emeralds are back in town.
I was gonna bring this up, man.
What, the Super Emerald?
These naming conventions are killing me now.
Yeah.
They got it right the first time.
They got it right the first time. Well, okay, so I do have a note 6 more super emeralds when they reveal that's what's powering the station square. These bitches are like, Candy, please keep an explicit mind of the fact that they're all green. Remember this. Why is Chaos in his natural form like that one talk show host? What's his name?
Jimmy Fallon?
No, the other one, the old one, the one that like has a fat chin.
Jay Leno?
Jay Leno, yeah, look at his face. He's even got the hair.
Oh, jeez. I can't do a Jay Leno with my voice right now.
Yeah,
well, come on out. We're gonna play some Chaos.
Hey, it's me, Chaos. I'm this is my natural form centuries ago.
You don't see it, but off screen he's wearing nothing but denim.
Yeah, he's blue after all. I only just
come on
after
into my
making
ancient garage.
After making all of these jokes, I've only just now in this screenshot noticed that it is like a river in a forest. I had no idea what this was supposed to be. I literally thought it was like, hey, I'm Chaos. It's just a dude.
No, it's a river with a human face. It looks like this is gonna be a really stupid deep cut. There was an ancient Twitter account called Star Trek: The Next Generation Season 8, and they just did nothing but parody synopsis of the non-existent Season 8. One of them was Picard and Riker debating a sentient mountain as they climb it. Someone did art of it, and I swear to God they used this as reference.
I'd love to see that, actually.
Well, let me go see if I can find it. Let's keep talking while I do that.
Well, while you do that, during their little tour of the power plant. Thanks for the tour of the power plant, Mayor Giuliani. I think this is supposed to be Rudy Giuliani, by the way, because he was the mayor of New York in 1999. Even though I think Station Square would be like San Francisco, but like Giuliani, I feel like, and he kind of looks like young Rudy Giuliani, or younger, I should say.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they were going for.
Yeah, okay, so going to why I really like this, I really like some of these, this is actually going to be reoccurring, so I won't bring it up again, but the framing, the composition of the panels has been really good in these issues, I think. They've been really creative and they've been really interesting. This frame, or panel, I keep calling it frames because I think of like shows, but this panel of Chaos is really cool. And also Chaos reigns supreme. It is really funny to see people being like getting saved by all of the animal people, and I'm like, what are they thinking when they're staring at humanoid animals and being saved from a giant flood monster?
There's a lot going
on. MG asked Bob, you good? I live next to an emergency training center. That's what you hear right now.
Oh. I thought it was like, the new...
No, we are not under attack by Perfect Chaos. We're good.
All right,
we are not under... Yeah, Perfect Chaos is not in my vicinity.
All right, well, now that is settled and we're not all dying, I found the image and it's a lot different than what I remember, so never mind.
Oh, okay. It happens. I love seeing Nate Morgan. Yeah, that's pretty different. I love seeing Nate Morgan running off with 2 children. I don't know. I love Nate Morgan, actually. I forgot. I never thought much of him in my previous read-throughs, but I actually quite enjoy this character. And then I have this final screenshot. Or no, I have a couple. I have one more. But this is good. This is what I'm talking about the composition of the panels.
Such a sad Eggman.
Sad Eggman, like the squad lined up, the Perfect Chaos Angry Eye. I mean, like, everything is really cool. And they're all, like, different shapes. I don't know. I'm really in there. I have one more note for this where it's like, I can hear Dean Bristow's voice in all of Eggman's lines in these, and I'm like, oh, These are so, like, man, he was such a good Eggman.
Yeah, he was.
Also, they fixed Tikal. Except, you know, the spelling. They were so close. They gave her cool shoes, though. They gave her Sonic shoes, but pink.
So, I forget if it was this issue or later on. I noticed that the main cast still calls him Robotnik, but he refers to himself as Eggman.
Yeah, they go back and forth. I think because it would be really weird if everybody called him Eggman all of a sudden. So I think they're trying to like ease it in, and you can kind of see that as it goes through the comics.
I do see like a panel here. Like I'm looking through it again. And just Sonic, not just saying Eggman, but the Eggman. Perfect chaos TKO the Eggman. Way past cool.
Yeah.
There's something pretty funny about, like, again, the merging, where, like, you're reading a Sonic Adventure story, and Sonic Adventure art, and Sonic's still going way past cool.
It's pretty great. I love that. I appreciate
that.
No,
I do like it.
But yeah, I mean, like, the dialogue, everything in this story was nice. I liked 83. I think it was a fun read. I never get tired of it. When I think of the Sonic Adventure arc, I pretty much always think of this last bit here. That is to say, I'm not super fond of like the next issue, mainly because it's really weirdly done. But this issue is a good way to set up Perfect Chaos. I love that, you know, they don't just dismiss Big out of there. He's there. It's nice to see him drawn out on. He's with the main squad. It's nice. I just like it. Yeah, that's all I have. Anybody have any other thoughts on this issue?
Nothing. I liked it. I don't have much to say about it other than... well, MegaFire took the words out of my mouth. Good panel composition.
I did like the bit of Eggman going, "I'm back," with like little music notes on his text box or bubble before he immediately gets blown the F out, but you know.
It is quite good. It is quite good.
Just like the game.
Plays 3 seconds of his theme song and then just abruptly stops.
Oh yeah, because he has the dur, 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 dur. It's like the
yeah. He doesn't have "I am the Eggman."
Yeah, we're gonna get there in around issue 100. I think that's around when Sonic Adventure 2 happens.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
what issue?
Around issue 100 or so.
Oh, I thought you said 300. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 doesn't have until issue 300, and then things get really crazy around issue 600.
They did a lot of issues the span of like a year or so.
They were pumping them out, huh?
Yeah, it was a daily
Ken
comic.
Peters, say what you will, but that man can draw really fast.
God damn, that man can draw.
It is Sonic.
All right. 84?
84. We start with this picture of Supersonic with the wrong hair. And then we return to the Cat Queen story that I forgot about because the last time I read about it was like 2 weeks ago. Queen Furry doesn't trust Locke and friends, so he and the big tiger man get into a fight. Anyway, getting back to Sonic Adventure. Sonic attacks Perfect Chaos, and then the stray rock hits Antoine in the leg, shattering his bones. And while Sonic and Chaos continue fighting, we go back to the Locke plot. Locke explains he means no harm and only wants to ensure his son's safety. The Queen has her doubts and wants to show him something. Before we can see that, we go back to Knuckles swimming through a flooded generator station that powers the city. Sonic, not liking his chances at just brute forcing this battle, he lures Chaos over to the generator where Knuckles does some heavy lifting to turn it on, resulting in Chaos getting done in by an electrical shock. And with Chaos neutralized, he and the Chow are escorted by Tikal to the Master Emerald. And then we transition immediately to a side story where Knuckles leaves the flooded city and our Knuckles plot, blah blah blah. He carries the Emerald shards and meets up with several Echidna dads. With the Chaos Chamber gone, the gang has a new shrine set up on the floating island where they place the Emerald and they get the island floating again. And then Knuckles takes an aircraft to... There's always one of these laying around. To where Locke and the gang have been. Locke shows the song a statue of some great Echidna named Tashamak of the Knuckles clan, who explored their homeworld, blah, blah, blah. We get another Echidna history lesson. And the story ends with the Knuckles family and the cat lady on better terms.
Nice.
So I'm gonna skim real quick so I can see how they did the art. Yeah, I like it. Sorry, I haven't read this in a hot minute because we had a delay. But I think they did a good job with the art up until the side story.
Yup.
Holy shit. I just wish they didn't break away the focus from the adventure thing right at the end, but at least for whenever the adventure was there, they did a good job.
So
yeah,
one quick correction to that.
Mm-hmm.
You called it the Master Emerald, but apparently it's the Chaos Emerald.
Yeah,
Singular.
Different emerald. The Master Emerald is the one that has the fusion of emeralds. This was the Chaos Emerald, but then they called it the Master Emerald again later.
Can you blame me for mixing it up?
No, you can't. I can't blame anyone. In fact, I can't even blame the writers.
Have they even name dropped the Master Emerald yet?
Yes, they did. When they trapped Mammoth Mogul and all the emeralds fused together, they called it the Master Emerald once. I'm like 90% sure. I might be forgetting too. Also, the guy that Knuckles' dad fought, his name was like Razor Claw, and it's spelled. Is that the guy from Sonic Adventure? Or sorry, Star Fox Adventure?
Razor Claw.
Razor Claw? Or am I
the lion? This guy? Or...
Yeah, his name was like Razor Claw.
I don't remember a lion. I remember a General Scales.
You're thinking of
General Scales. No, I'm not thinking of General Scales. I thought it was a character in Adventures.
All right. By the way, days without Star Fox being mentioned, 0.
Star Fox 0.
What
I did it.
That was a test you passed. Sorry.
Not enough.
I'm gonna
crystal.
say. Okay, I've come to realize the trend of Ken Penders' writing that really freaking irks me. I hate him jumping. Okay, so, I wanted to bring this up in this one because it finally hit me like smack dab in the face. Carl Bowler's story. He has he sets up the first beginning with the little cat thing, couple pages, and then it's all one consistent thing in the same place. Ken Penders, we're playing freaking hopscotch back and forth between two things that you can't just keep. It's breaking the pacing like crazy. It's like I'm watching somebody who's trying to film a movie inside of a 20-page comic. What the heck?
I wonder if you're onto something there.
What were they thinking?
It does remind me that something that I was thinking about was I was thinking back to complaints I've had of Penders establishing a group that has problem with echidnas, but he makes sure to establish they have some terrible trait. And I was just thinking of from the previous session with these cat try people, and they have the, I guess you could call it a throwaway line of oh, we also eat our young. And we're like, is she serious? And I just remember reading somewhere of oh, apparently Ken Penders in the tweet was yeah, she was serious. It's yeah, they might have perfectly valid reasons for hating the echidnas, but also they eat their kids.
But also, fuck Ken Penders. No, I have a freaking note in here. I'm I think not trusting an echidna is a fair and valid stance, actually. I think so far my favorite sort of I guess antagonistic force is probably for the echidnas is probably the dingoes, just because yeah, I think their quote unquote flaws are more understandable.
That's probably the closest to be legitimate, I guess.
Yeah, and then a little bit more of the dark Legion back and forth, because they have all their factions and stuff, and some of them are more justified than others, but no, I think so. That's why I like the dingoes so much, is I was I really like the way they set even in the early comics, yeah, it's a little ham-fisted here and there, but I at the same time still even when we were reading, I'm I do still like them being forced in this uncomfortable situation living in the, Kidnopolis, but also not trusting them to do good by them and kind of being angry all the time. And I'm like, because there was years of war. You don't just shirk that off. Even though you've been in especially because you've been trapped into the freaking Doom zone or whatever. I don't know.
MegaFire posted a good panel. Here's another one.
Fantastic. Yeah, the chaos that looks like a cactar and his chow friends.
So
yeah, there's some really good, again, I don't remember which one of you guys mentioned it. Like, first half, good art. Oh, Bob. Good art. This panel.
Art was good until Sonic Adventure ended.
Until Pender's story. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Pender's drew that part.
Dude, this freaking Antoine getting crushed, his foot getting crushed by a rock. This hurt. I was like, oh, what impact. Whoa, crack.
Just jumping, leaving Adventure and just jumping to this is like the funniest thing.
It's especially funny because you literally see the panel where he's leaving and then with the bag and everything. So it's just like... Sorry, everybody, we ran out of budget.
No one wants to read the stupid Sonic Adventure story. It's time for Knuckles, baby!
Art change jump scare.
So, in summary, Sonic Adventure stuff good, Knuckles stuff bad.
Yep. I do have, the one note I have of the ending for Sonic Adventure. And so, Tikal and Chaos go back to heaven. The end. We do have a very good Locke face. I don't know why, but this kind of kills me.
If you didn't tell me that was Locke, I would have thought that was Knuckles.
Yeah, I know. When this panel happened with Pachamachamak and the statue that they were all gawking at, I totally thought this was a freaking impaled cat. Until they showed the other angle. I don't think I ever noticed the other angle. I always thought that they just made it really fucked up, just him impaling a cat in the neck or something.
I choose to believe it's still that.
And that's fine. I do like that they make him out to be just this absolute utter asshole, which he kind of is in Adventure too, but it's pretty good. I do like that the whole story ends with Knuckles just being like, oh yeah, by the way, I got the emerald back. Just one line at the very end in tiny text.
I found it.
It's kind of funny, the bit of Locke being like, so yeah, we named you after this fucked up Knuckles clan. At least we didn't pull your name out of a hat.
No, you don't get it. They're reclaiming it.
No, yeah.
They're reclaiming it.
I did not see the dead cat in the statue when I was taking pictures. I'm so stupid.
I'm gripping my leg so hard not to make a Halo joke. Keep going.
Make it. Do it.
No.
Okay.
I can't do a 343 Guilty Spark impression right now.
Any other thoughts?
I was thinking, I'm pretty sure I said something before of yeah, this Sonic Adventure adaptation is not as... It's not actually... what's the word? It's not that bad. And I still kind of believe that, but also, this Echidna Pender stuff really does drag it down.
It's just unfortunate that they made the side story that kind of really didn't have a resolution. I don't even remember why the Chaotix went to Cat Country anymore.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Do we even care?
We're looking for Nia from Xenoblade.
I mean, I wouldn't mind knowing why, but it really does feel like a dropped plot thread.
Oh no, I could actually do Vector's voice while sick.
Find the computer room.
Come on, we're going to the Catgirl land.
Come on.
Whoa, they're angry.
Shadow, did you see Nia?
She did stuff like this. Vector channels Nia.
Holy crap, Shadow! Big the Cat lives in the Cat Country? Whoa, sign me up! In our reality, Vector is an irredeemable cat girl enjoyer.
But also married to Vanilla, so it's constant cheating.
No.
Just
Wait, never mind. Vanilla doesn't exist yet. We're fine.
Yeah, she's not really there's no cream, there's no vanilla. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to say, kind of reacting to what you said, Dorko, about adapting Sonic Adventure. Yeah, I like this adaptation. I kind of thought, like, looked back on my notes. I think I like most of the game adaptations. I think they're cool because they're kind of not. I mean, they're not 100% to the games, and we've discussed this before about how they didn't have access to a lot of the content. And I think in a lot of ways they're kind of fun. Like the Sonic 3 and Knuckles adaptation definitely had dips in it, but overall I enjoyed it. The action was nice. The art in a lot of places was good. I thought the was it Sonic CD? No, Sonic Genesis? The one with, I think it was with Metal Sonic, right? Like, where he was going through different zones to save Amy, and like they actually drew the zones out in the panels, like the whole like his route. I thought that was all cool. Like these are all cool like adaptations. You know, some were small, one issue. Some like the Sonic 3 one was like 3 or 4 issues, and then this one was probably the longest of them all. But I overall think the creativity behind the adaptations is interesting and neat, and I like it.
yeah. Also, I do remember something which I think came up like last episode, but like I'm just remembering how you were like oh, they didn't like fully resolve Gamma or finish the. So, you know, you have a reason to play the game. And I just think it's funny that they're like, by the way, this is what happens in the climax.
Yeah, hey, you want to know what happens to Gamma? Play the game. Smile, single teardrops.
I was trying to remember what thing I didn't like from Adventure that I was talking about last time, and that was it.
I think technically,
we fucked up Gamma.
Technically, it does hurt it as an adaptation, but again, as MegaFire said, it's like, well, at least this results in something happening later. But yeah,
I mean, like this is the only reason I say that is because I see this repeating in Sonic Adventure 2's adaptation, where they quite explicitly are like, check out what happens in Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, I think I do remember them like doing that later on. Like the fact that this is a mostly full adaptation of Sonic Adventure is kind of sticks out, at least compared to what they started doing later on.
Everything else, yeah, I don't want to. I feel I'm like torn because I don't want to spoil you. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. This is the final full adaptation of a video game from Sonic. I'll leave it at that.
Real fast. I think our joke with Vector right now was more screen time than he had in this entire arc.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He cameos for like half a second and then he's gone.
Yeah, the squad just hangs out in the jungle for like 5 issues, but like to no effect.
Well, you know, they just got kidnapped and do nothing like usual. That's what these characters do.
Yeah, this is par for the course.
I really hate.
I better wait for Knuckles to show up.
Next issue.
You know what? There's a joke later on in the comics that I think now makes sense to me, and I might be making it up. But anyway, let's put a pin in that. 85.
Right. So, well, we get a cover that I really like. This fighting game.
That's my first note. Super cover, by the way.
Yeah. It even does like the score on top of the health bars. Nobody does that anymore in fighting games, I think. Mm-hmm. Good. Anyways,
I want to quickly. It's weird because we were just talking about. It's weird that they didn't base it on Sonic the Fighters, even though it was out in 1996. So it's been.
That's kind of neat, though. They just made up a fighting game heads-up displays.
Yeah, they just did it all themselves. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Anywho, so Eggman has a new Sonic robot. The Hidden City celebrates Sonic's victory over perfect chaos when suddenly our heroes are under attack by the Robo Sonic. They all throw hands, and it seems all but Sonic are overpowered by him. Sonic sends Silver Sonic 2, who, by the way, if I'm looking at this cover, he's called Megasonic on this cover. But that's wrong. Nobody cares. But as he seems cornered, he breaks into a pillar to send the building crumbling down. Silver Sonic leaves Sonic still alive, jumps out the hole and pursues. The battle ends with Sonic bonking Silver Sonic on the head, knocking his head off. The battle is won, but Eggman has a plan to use a tracker in Silver Sonic's body to track down the city. To track down the city and take over while it's still vulnerable. The gang leave on an aircraft. I say the word leave on an aircraft a lot, I think. But the aircraft goes haywire and crashes into some jungle. They determine someone sabotaged it. Meanwhile, Eggman arrives in Station Square to see that Silver Sonic, I have to say Silver Sonic because Silver is a damn character, was somehow already repaired. Turns out he was rebuilt and reprogrammed to defend the city, turning Eggman's plan on his head. Oops. And then we get a continuation of the Rotor plotline, where he takes a submarine to the North Sea. I feel like we haven't done this in forever. When Robotnik was defeated, the family had snapped out of mind control way back when. But as it turns out, they fell back into it. Rotor escapes to a sub from the guys, which
the mind
gets a
control
leak.
family.
They threw a rock at the submarine and it starts leaking, forcing Rotor to smash his way out and try swimming to safety. He almost drowns, but the Arctic Freedom Fighters save him. And that's all she wrote.
Sorry, this is the first thing that I'm going to post, and it's horrible. I apologize, but I don't, because I think it's really funny.
Big eyes.
I couldn't... Every time I see Big the Cat in this particular issue, he's got, like, a weird, messed up, low-poly face. Low-poly. Like, long-distance render of Big the Cat with his weird eyes, and it's just all I can think about is Sonic face paint. Like, cursed Sonic face paint.
Forgy.
We got some excellent faces in this comic, I feel like. But particularly, I liked these two a lot. That Eggman Robotnik, that laugh, so good.
The Eggman
big
face
mouth.
did stick out to me.
Yeah. I don't have a lot to say about this one. It was alright. I do like that Big jumped it. Like, they didn't forget about him or put him on the sideline. Silver Sonic appears. Big jumps in to support by trying to hold him down with his fishing rod. Very cool. It's short-lived appearance, but it's nice that they didn't just leave him out on the sidelines. It's very comedic. They're like, all right, guys, let's look at this beauty, the freedom fighter supreme, or whatever, and then they fly out and then instantly spiral out of control and crash. It was hilarious. Like, it was way too funny. I was reading this issue at work, and I was like, I just started laughing in the middle of the office because I was like, this is, I mean, it's just so hilarious. Whether it's on purpose or not, it got me. I don't have a lot to say on the Rotor story. It was more like a recap, because the last time we saw Rotor was when he left the Freedom Fighters to do this, which was right before the Sonic Adventure arc started. So it was quite a few issues ago, like I think 10. And I mean, my main thing about this, I really think, again, panel composition, very cool, very unique. They got the the Y2K bubbles all over the place. I love that. I just dig this art so much.
Oh.
It's so cool looking. You don't like it?
I think the way it's drawn is a little strange to me, and I'm not sure I like the coloring, to be honest.
It's this shading. Everything's like shaded with a pitch black, and it looked a little bit off. But the composition, like MegaFire said, like the page he posted just now, I thought that was done well.
It's got that.
I mean,
Also, I liked when he kicked his submarine.
Yeah.
It's got that current year Ken Penders art.
I don't like
coloring.
you. I don't want you to speak ever again. I'm leaving the podcast.
I kind of agree, but I feel like it's
you.
going too far.
I hate you people.
Hi, welcome to It All Goes Back to
I can't
Turok,
stand this shit.
the new podcast without MegaFire. Today we're going to talk about Turok's on the Stone. He actually left the room, by the way. I could hear him walk away.
You fucking... God damn it. You... Yes, you're right. Now that you said it, I agree with you. But at the time, I just thought, wow, this is like that first breakthrough, like, digital art. It looks very crude and weird, and it was interesting, but that's exactly what he still does.
And also
So
to
cool.
give it credit, I think I kind of agree with what you were saying about composition. But
Sorry.
It's 1999. I was frozen today.
Sorry.
Well, that's it. That's all. I literally the only good word I had to say on this. I mean, the story was not really anything because, again, it was just a summary. So whatever. I'm done. 86. If you
well, it's something I wanted to repeat myself, I guess, with the other story. Was just, again, I just found it funny that Eggman's just casually walking around in this instance to find the Silver Sonic. And like before I emphasized like, oh, I think this is kind of funny for comic Eggman to just be standing around without an army of robots. But then when I think about it, even this context of like, oh, Eggman's just walking through the city to find his robot, dum dum dum. Like even like game Eggman, I feel like this is kind of strange.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't know.
It's not like bad
Yeah.
or anything. It just strikes me as a little funny. I don't know.
Well, you have to think, Dorko, in the intro of Sonic Adventure, how did he get on that rooftop? He had to walk through the city.
Actually, I think it'd be more believable.
He airdropped in.
Okay, my answer was gonna be a lot more boring, so we'll go with airdropped. he did like the Metal Gear Solid 3 intro Halo jump.
And then he like did the like how he does the flip a few times in the air. He does that right before he lands, and he lands perfectly with the one leg up, like hands on his hip. And then
He lands and goes, yo shit.
yo shit.
That's not a sign of a demon, because that's his legs breaking. That's the only sound he can make.
Virtuous mission complete.
Damn, how many Metal
Quick!
Gear mods of Eggman?
I need to get
dude.
back to the air carrier. My legs are broken. Ah!
No, it's okay. He eats a snake and his legs heal.
There's a 20-minute montage of him trying to figure out the first aid system.
Yeah. Oh, that's good imagery.
Why are we comic writers?
That's what I'm saying. See, we should be IDW. If anybody from there is listening, bring us in. Bring us into the fold. We've got good ideas. I have terrible ones, but I've got the boys to reel me in.
Are you sure about that?
What a great offer.
Yeah.
I mean, we did just say we're going to have Eggman do the MGS, and never mind.
Well, that's amazing. That's what sells.
Yeah.
All right, 86.
86.
86's ass.
86 is ass. 86 is ass. Sonic trains Tails to go fast. Fun. They decide to cook lunch. They're hungry. And Sonic gets a fire going while Tails goes to gather firewood. 1 hour later, Tails is nowhere to be seen. And suddenly Metal Sonic appears, revealing that he has captured Tails and he attacks Sonic. Things aren't going well as the doppelganger is too fast. He proves to be too strong thanks to the power gem he has in his chest. The same one that way back when powered him up and turned him giant. And there's actually a little panel of like Knuckles drawn the old style that I always thought was funny. Metal captures Sonic and decides to taunt him, challenging Sonic to speed onto a volcano to save Tails, only to show up and knock Sonic out right when he gets to the end.
Yeah, straightforward. No, go ahead.
And then the side story. It doesn't tell you right away, but it's another Monkey Con episode. Snivelly and Uncle Julian plot to make a cyborg army, and then the very next page, I recognized the art style right away. I was like, "Oh, it's one of these." Anyway, and surprise, it's a Monkey Con story. Monkey Con and friends are playing dodgeball. His dad shows up. His friends leave. When suddenly Robotnik appears. Eventually, as we see the young Khan sent by Robotnik to attack some Overlanders. However, Monkey Kong refuses to go along with the plan to take over the world. Robotnik decides to just confine him for the time being, and then fast forward, that's when I think he breaks out when we first see this character. And then everything else with this character happens, and then we go to where we are right now, where we see Monkey Kong in the present time, who has been captured again by Dr. Eggman.
Yep, side by side, metal action. They really did pack all the Metal Sonic stories together.
I did think it was a very interesting choice to have back-to-back Metal Sonic stories featuring different Metal Sonics.
I know why. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, if I'm gonna do tiny nitpicks, sometimes he has teeth and sometimes he doesn't. I don't know why they can't flip them around. And also, here's this panel with Tails' eyes. Other than that, I actually like the art for most of these panels.
Wow,
I don't like when they draw Sonic with like huge bug eye pupils.
Yeah,
for some reason they did not always do that. And overall, I like the art style. I like the Metal Sonic design.
I guess when Sonic's pupils were too big, I'm like, I really don't like this.
Yeah, I don't like when they do that, but it's more good than bad. IMO.
It's Maxwell.
I don't dislike the Monkey Con art style, but also this panel with Dr. Robotnik with like normalized eyes.
It's kind of cursed to look at.
I was ready. His jimmies rustled. I like that we took exactly the same screenshot of that. Almost. You had a little more on the bottom, but. He looks like the Jimmy's rustled monkey. It's just really good. Very funny. So, before I say anything about the comic itself, new writer, Danny Fingeroth. He did this issue and 87. And then he's actually a pretty big name. I did a little research. I do research on all the new artists that come on. He did a lot of work for Spider-Man, apparently, which is really cool. And notably, he was Stan Lee's biographer. He put out that Stan Lee biography. I believe it's called I am Stan Lee, a Stan Lee biography. I am Iron Man or something. I don't know. Sorry, I don't care for Marvel that much, but it's still pretty cool that somebody like that was doing this. So yeah, I just thought that was really interesting. Also, this is the same Metal Sonic from, and I think Bob, you mentioned it, the old Knuckles. This is from issue 25, so all the way back to 25. I really like this line a lot. Sonic and him have banter throughout the whole comic, very aggressive. He's very competitive, the Metal Sonic version now. And Sonic just ends up being like, "Mister, when you wake up, you're going to be part of somebody's vacuum cleaner." I don't know what it was. I was like, this is peak cheese. I love this. Anybody, you guys have thoughts on his design? I dig it. I like this Metal Sonic.
I like his big Mega Man arms.
Doesn't he kind of remind you of Perfect Metal from Heroes? Neo Metal, sorry, I wrote Perfect Metal. I don't know what it is, but I was looking at it and I was like, I had this thought with the crystal in the middle and his spikes kind of up in a lot of the panels. They're kind of a classic Sonic, but at the same time they kind of look like they're that crown shape. I just have a single note that just says "Ayo," and it's this screenshot that I took related to it. There's something about this. What is this tension? What are we? Metal and Sonic. What are we? Harvek.
Me.
They messed up the Robotnik mustache lore. I think. Because remember how we noticed that there was his mustache was his length was corresponding with the timeline in the flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be thrown off whack with these Monkey Con ones. Like, I don't know if it was actually near the end of before his big plot reveal but maybe it is.
I'm not sure where this takes place in the Robotnik mustache timeline, honestly.
I'm making a lot of comparisons today.
Look, he's got the jumpsuit on, but I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. So it should be earlier with the jumpsuit because he didn't have his like warlord fit on.
Yeah.
I'm making a lot of comparisons today. The final frame of Robotnik really reminded me of the Sonic OVA Robotnik. When I do it side by side, not as much, but I still get like that feeling when I look at him in that panel. But yeah,
I can see it.
I like this issue. I don't have anything else to say. It was more like fun facts that I pulled out.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I'll say I find the Metal Sonic stuff fun, and then the Monkey Kong stuff is kind of whatever. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
The Monkey Kong stuff in general, and like, is for lack of a better word, is just kind of mid. It's more enjoyable than a lot of the stuff that happens in this series.
Yeah,
but
like at least it's not
one of the greats either.
I guess it's not particularly groan-worthy or painful, but I mean,
yeah.
I think it's nice that they tried to give him a little background. It wasn't bad. I agree with you. It's just kind of That's kind of how I feel about it too. I've always kind of felt that way about Monkey Kong in general. So I'm with you.
87?
87.
Sonic wakes up and what the fuck is that?
The one and only screenshot I took of 87 because it was so fucking good.
Alright, Sonic wakes up and continues his journey to rescue Tails when he is captured by one of Metal Sonic's tiny nets. Sonic breaks out in the two fight. Sonic is on the losing end, but he grabs a rock and throws it at Metal's Power Gem chest weak point to create enough of an opening to wrap up Metal Sonic in the broken net and tie him to a tree. Sonic makes it to the volcano and saves Tails, but Metal Sonic is broken out and caught up with the two. As our heroes vow to team up against Metal, the ground shakes and suddenly they're in a tight spot, surrounded by lava. And as their feet somehow get stuck into the shattering ground, suddenly Metal Sonic blasts the rock so the two can escape. And having realized that he could be more than a simple unfeeling robot thanks to their, with the power of friendship, we're going to stop you, he has gained a heart and holds back the lava so the two can get out of the volcano. And Sonic ends the story saying that his newfound compassion was thanks to Tails saying that he'd never abandoned his friend. And then the conclusion of the monkey thing, Eggman and the General Man have all but succeeded in mind-controlling Monkey Kong, but thanks to his power ring headband, he is too strong to be contained and breaks out of the chair. Sun Wukong fights through some SWAT bots and makes his way to a generator within the factory, and before he can find a way to shut the place down without blowing it up, the SWAT bots arrive and accidentally shoot the generator to blow it up. Monkey Kong escapes in time, only for Eggman to get the last laugh and announce he's already roboticized all these townfolk. And that's it.
That was kind of a kind of a wild ending, like an Eggman win.
I think this is a pretty good way to do a shout out to the OVA thing. There's only one Sonic, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that's
intended, maybe not. I don't know, but I liked it.
Reference in what way?
He dies on a volcano.
Oh, sorry, my brain got mixed up. No, I know what you're talking about. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So yeah, my thoughts on this are pretty much. I pretty much said it in '86 that the Metal Sonic thing was good and the Monkey Kong thing was just like okay-ish.
Okay, I do realize something I could say about this Metal Sonic design is I like the way they draw his eyes. It's I don't know. It's kind of unique and it looks fun.
Yeah.
The pupils.
I laughed at the fucking teeth thing, but I like this cheeky Metal Sonic though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the ending?
I liked it.
Yeah,
MegaFire, I was in BRB and missed when I said that I liked how it reminded me of that thing from the OVA where he falls into the volcano
Yeah.
and says there's only one Sonic.
You know, one thing I didn't research was when did the OVA come out? And when did this happen?
I assumed it was like around a little after Sonic CD release.
Probably.
It's probably before
right.
Sonic Adventure, I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, something I wanted to mention earlier was like, why did they, when we were talking about like surprising to see multiple robot plots, and I was thinking like, you know how in the end of Sonic Adventure when you're in the final egg,
You can see
area,
the
there's all
multiple
those-
Metal Sonics and pods.
Yeah, they're in the
yeah, and you know maybe that was something that played into inspiration for this.
It might have.
Um,
It's kind of hard to say though, because like there's also the knowledge that like sometimes like they write stories ahead of time and they just kind of have stories lying around. So maybe they just had multiple Metal Sonic stories. I don't know, but
it's possible, yeah.
speculation.
I mean, this is a new writer coming in, so I wonder like if Danny Fingeroth had some sort of like affiliate, like that he was just really into the idea of doing a Metal Sonic story or something. I don't know. Yeah, Sonic's poses are really nice in this issue. I really like those. Again, I know a lot of this like topics are like around the art and stuff, but really like for something like Sonic, which tells a lot of the story through movement, I think it's really important, and I think these particular last few issues have been capturing that really well. That's all I had really to say about this issue. I liked it. I like the way that it ends. I like that Metal kind of has like a redemption arc. Usually I'm not a big fan of those like 1080, like turn around and change your attitude or whatever, but I was into it.
Any other thoughts?
I guess I thought maybe I could just emphasize a bit more like with the Monkey Kong story. I like how it ends with Eggman winning in this dialogue. But you did gain victory, and to the victor the spoils of burning ghost town. Enjoy. It's like, damn.
Yeah, that was good. This second story was better than the first for sure.
I don't know how much I liked it, but I like the ending, I guess.
Yeah.
I like evil Eggman. I like it when Eggman's evil. I like it when Eggman's evil. I miss Eggman being evil.
I mean, yeah, again, it is really nice that Eggman's back.
It's really nice. But I mean just in general, when I say that, like even in the games, I miss Eggman being evil. We don't have enough evil Eggman. He's kind of there's a balance they struck. It was great. I miss that.
Too bad you get Daddy Eggman now.
I mean, Daddy Eggman is fine. Honestly, I liked the Eggman in Sonic Frontiers a lot more than his last few appearances.
It almost goes
by
without
far.
saying.
I shall burn down this village and kill the hedgehog. And then my dear daughter's got a tennis game.
Exactly. See, that's perfect. That's the perfect kind of dichotomy I need with Eggman.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I guess this is sort of off topic, but I'm like dying to like see the new status quo of like seeing Sage integrated into the regular Eggman team. Like, I want to see it.
I want her to be just straight up evil like Eggman.
Yeah, so much better than the fucking Blowjob Brothers.
I feel like that title is
Well, he's
almost
right though.
too good for them.
Yeah, you're right. Oinko, oinko, and boinko.
Yeah, that was our title. Yeah.
What great scratch and grounder.
No, those are the good
know what?
Blowjob Brothers stuff.
Scratching down. Yeah, you're right. I'm so sorry. They are the OG Blowjob Brothers. Yeah, Oingo and Boingo. Then
You're giving me a fucking mental image in my head of them being babysitters for Sage.
Oh, dude, if only we live in the wrong time.
I thought we were supposed to drop her off at the mall. We did.
The gay power couple scratching grounder. All right, I guess we can jump into the super special.
I don't want to. Let's keep talking about Sage.
We're almost done with super specials.
No, we're not talking about Sage. We're talking about Knuckles. Best of times story. Sonic is under arrest. The Echidna cops slap Sally and take Sonic through a portal. He is. Oh, by the way, it's another alt universe Robotnik episode.
The Echidna cop slaps your girlfriend's ass. What do you do?
Go to jail, I guess. Because we're being brought to some alt universe where Dr. Robotnik is an omnipotent court judge supercomputer. Sonic meets the Snively who filed a case against Sonic across the dimension, and defense attorney Sally, who explains that this world of, I'm not going to pronounce this right, Legitopolis. Did I get it right?
I think it's supposed to be like litigation, oh my god, I can't pronounce it.
Did I even spell this right?
Little tongue twister, probably.
Litigiopolis.
Just call it New Jersey.
New Jersey built
call it
stricter
Phoenix
laws
Rightland.
Phoenix Rightland built stricter laws to deal with crime, but completely overshot it. Now, everything ever can get you a lawsuit. Dr. Robotnik was hired to build a supercomputer to keep up with laws, but his computer helps him take over the government instead. Sonic takes initiative to stop the computer, only to get himself in more trouble immediately. Sonic manages to escape the cops' clutches, but what just happened made it harder for Sonic to clear his name. If he hadn't done that, the evil Sonic, who was actually committing crimes, would have gotten caught instead. So to save the day, Sonic overwhelms the judge with numerous cases of jaywalking, invading personal space, and 100 other crimes, causing the computer to explode. The day is saved and Sonic is sent back home thanks to that one zone cop who keeps showing up whenever these happen. So now it's actually time for Knuckles. I forgot it didn't start all the way. We had that judge thing. Knuckles is running from a giant fireball and is then falling off the floating island. You're probably wondering how he got into this situation. We'll flashback to when his mom and Windmasher got married. Remington is at the party when he gets paged for something important. Meanwhile, Grandfather Matthias, Locke, and the other Echidna dads huddle up so Grandpa can talk about the looming threat of Dimitri. Knuckles and friends are on horses. Meanwhile, Remington takes a cab and meets up with Harry. Hi, Harry, by the way. Who talks about a looming dingo rebellion. So he drives Remington to a station where he meets up with some armed echidnas to, I assume, prepare for the same problem. Meanwhile, the echidna dads find the Dark Legion stationed at the Grand Conservatory. They use wizardry to blow up their tanks and start scaring them off. Meanwhile, the Dingo General, what's his name, starts the big rebellion, cut to the Knuckles party again, where the gang are jumped by the Dark Legion, who capture Julie Sue. Meanwhile, Hawking fucking dies. Julie is brought to her half-sister, who I think we have seen before, but I forget her name. Julie Sue is thrown into a cell with her mom and some old guy who we probably also saw before. I don't remember this dude either. Robot Echidna. Is this Dimitri, or is this some other guy? Help.
You're talking about the Metal Man? Yeah, that's Dimitri.
That's Dimitri? Right.
Yeah. Remember, he got
I was just talking about
times.
Dimitri, but I wanted to make fucking sure. Anyway, he activates the quantum beam and blows up the city that's still in the middle of the Dingo Rebellion. And Knuckles escapes the big blast while everyone is on the floating island and blah, blah, blah. The island appears to slowly fade out of reality.
You know, surprisingly, I enjoyed this story a lot more than most of the Knuckles stories. I liked it. I don't know. Like, I know you probably don't all feel the same, but I actually did like this one.
I guess my gripe, if anything, is how it does its usual jumping between plot lines like way too fast.
Yeah.
But the plot lines, these weren't the worst. This one was actually like alright, I think.
I love this cover. Freaking Leisure Suit Snively.
Look at that, Robotnik.
Cover art is insane.
This art's so bad.
I'm
sorry. Then all the art in the Sonic story was just not here. I'm not here for it.
Look at Sonic pogging.
Oh, couple new fun facts. In this comic, we get 2 new writers. Somebody who did the plot and somebody who did the writing. Ivan Skolnick and Jim Spivey. So it's funny. This is probably the first time I've read a name in these that I was like, I know who that is. Evan Skolnick did a lot of writing for various games and comics and movies and stuff. But what I know him from is the fact that he wrote for Star Wars 1313, a canceled game that never came out, but did inspire a lot of plot lines and stuff in the Clone Wars cartoon. He also worked on comics like Marvel's Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme in the 90s. He did quite a few issues for that. He was a writer on Cuphead and Telltale's Batman game. He also did the writing for Star Wars Battlefront. But more importantly, he was the writer on Turok 2, Seed of Evil, official comic book magazine. Let's go! It all goes next to Turok!
I can't tell if that's a joke.
No, it's serious!
It's serious.
I'm not lying. He did it. He was like, he was an editor too, and he did a lot of editing and worked on writing for Acclaim's like comic division and their weird like Disney versions of their so Disney's games that they were licensed to make, they made comics about those specific game adaptations. And he did editing and stuff. This is, by the way, the only time he's going to work on Sonic, Archie Sonic. So
not to be too mean, but that's kind of a relief.
Which, yeah, I'm with you, man. This was a stinker, but yeah, Turok 2, Seeds of Evil, very fun.
The better Turok game.
Jim Spivey, he is also only did the story for this. He was an editor. He worked in the 70s to the 90s at DC Comics with Archie Goodwin, another writer who did like a lot of like different DC stuff. He edited, I think his most famous role is probably editing like all of Batman Legends, Legends of the Dark Knight, and Hawkman. So that's pretty cool. They were pretty big name ones because I feel like usually we get some people who are like, yeah, they worked at Marvel and stuff, but they don't like have big credits to them, I guess, or like larger swaths of credits. These two are definitely probably some of the big, like the last couple people that new people have been pretty big. Yeah. This was a very good page. I liked the art here.
Yeah, it looks good.
I like the art in the Knuckles comic. I mean, obviously some places were rougher than others, but for the most part, I was with it. I don't remember who the artist was. Dorko, do you know for this one?
The Knuckles part?
Yeah.
I've got written down Stephen Butler and Pam Eklund. I don't know how to say that.
Oh yeah, Pam Eklund. Yeah. I think she does the like the coloring. Which coloring's great, by the way, in the Knuckles comic, or in the Knuckles story. Very good colors, I feel like. But yeah, I'm a fan of Butler's art. I like it. It just gets better as it goes.
This Cable looking ass Stingo.
He's really good at doing backgrounds.
I like the part where the Stingos jumped in the air and started spamming Air Hyper Viper Beam.
I'm with you though. I feel like I like the plot of it, but I feel like it was a little rushed. Like it really wasn't. It was jumping between all these plots. I feel like would have been better if they were all like, here's the like Dark Legion story. Here's the
if only they would learn to like tell one thing at a time. I think this one would have been fine.
I feel like it would have been a banger. I'm really into it.
Yeah.
I liked the Dark Brotherhood plot line. Also, I mean, I liked this one. The ending was a little weird with the whole quantum beam, but you know, I guess goodbye to all the things that you guys had a problem with, i.e. the echidnas and everything.
Yeah,
now Knuckles is without an island.
I didn't really enjoy the story, but I did have that feeling, like, well, at least something's happened. This fucking town's been shot a huge beam at it. It's trapped in a zone or something. Like, something has happened.
Also, now that I have immersed myself in Star Trek, it's the Klingon
Yeah,
ship.
boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
It's the Klingon ship. Bird of Prey.
Where? What?
What do you mean where? What? Bro,
Where?
you of all people?
Oh, there it is. Okay.
It's the biggest thing on page.
Oh, they got the nacelles wrong. Those are Federation standard.
I'm gonna kill you.
MegaFire's leveled up. He can point out more Star Trek stuff, but he's just not on MG's level, I guess.
No.
He's not as dumb as me. Yeah.
I like that the war became a 3-way scuffle. That's pretty good. I like the I do like the fact that Grandpa Squad is doing something for once, and it kind of looks cool, even if they're all dildos. I'm glad that Knuckles' squad moved out and didn't get kidnapped, but unfortunately also got caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, no wonder I didn't hate this. The Kinedaz actually did something.
Yeah, besides looking at a computer
When did they
screen.
last, do their superpowers?
I think the only person who does any of their superpowers has always been Spectre, and it's just like his weird ass gas to look mysterious.
Gas.
Also, Dan actually killed off Hawking.
Yeah, that's a pretty big win for the squad. Our squad, I mean. Yeah, I don't know. I'm disappointed that you didn't like it, but I'm not surprised. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just my gripe with them jumping plot lines really fast. That's all I'm really complaining about. Like this again, this is not like the worst Knuckles.
I mean, again, I'm not talking about the writing, which is that's the problem. I like the plot. I liked the story.
Yeah, the plot lines themselves are like all right this time.
Yeah.
Please excuse my begrudging giving Knuckles the W.
Wait, what? It's giving what?
Giving Knuckles the W, but begrudging about it, I think.
Oh.
Or whatever. I'm tired. Any final thoughts? Because mine are overall pretty good session. The only really big flop was the weird lock thing with the cat lady at the beginning. That got tied in with Adventure. Other than that, I had fun.
Yeah.
I didn't care for the first story and the super special either.
Yeah. That was kind of a stupid low point, but whatever.
And
final thoughts,
this
Dorko,
whole
Harv?
session, and I regret it. It's getting too fucking stuffy in here.
Goodbye, Sonic Adventure, but at least we have Big the Cat now.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
We got big.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm big. All right, well that's it, I guess.
I guess that's it.
Nobody has any other closing thoughts. Next time, we'll be reading more Sonic the Hedgehog. That's it. No specifics. No, I think we're quite literally in the time period where it's just Sonic the Hedgehog comics, and then that's it. Like, we are literally just going to be crunching numbers at this point. Oh, sorry. No, we do have the one final super special, the Naugus games. So, yeah. Next time, we're probably going to be reading 88 through 91 and then ending it on the super special with 15. Super special 15. Not a huge
games.
session. Yep. Exactly.
Like, can you refresh my memory?
right.
Didn't we skip a super special, or should we just leave that as skipped?
Oh, crap. Yeah, we did.
Dorko
There is
didn't
something
say
to
anything.
do.
You're just hearing stuff.
If we skipped one, it must not have mattered. But I'll I think it was
Investigate.
I think it was number 12, Turnabout Heroes. Yeah, I think it was 12. I'll look at my notes. It should be in there. So yeah, 80 through 91, and then the super special 15. And we're done with super specials for we're done with any alternate titled comic until issue 152. And then we can decide if we want to read Sonic X.
Wow, yeah, that's a Damn. That is a long time.
Ian Flynn starts in the comic in 160. So depending on how easy it is to digest these, we may be able to read like 6 or 7 per episode.
Yeah, because the standard ones are pretty short.
We're gonna start seeing like story arcs, I think, in the comics, like explicitly like 1 through like 3 or whatever, and then that might make it easier. Maybe you could just do a bulk summary and then we can go over them. We'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. I don't exactly remember, but it might be a little bit a ways off until that happens. But yeah, so we're like, we're not halfway there, but we're a quarter of the way there. Then there's also the discussion of, do we want to try reading the British comic, Sonic the Comic? Also, before we leave these, like, the 90s and jump into the 2000s? We're at the turn of the century here, boys.
That's a tough question.
All right. It's time to read Turok.
All right, and with that, thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of It All Goes Back to Sonic. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.